I was carrying the last of 12 grocery bags up 3 flights of stairs, fingers burning, back howling. When I shouldered the apartment door open, my wife, Clara, barely glanced away from the TV. Her friends, Jessica, who hadn't worked since the Obama years, and Amanda, whose biggest life skill was marrying a trust fund, were sunk into our couch with their stemware. Clara took me in, sweat-soaked, breathing hard, and wrinkled her nose. "You're getting disgusting to look at. Lose the weight or I'll find someone who takes care of himself." The room went quiet for half a second. Then they laughed. Not nervous giggles, snorting, knee-slapping laughter. I just smiled. People think rock bottom announces itself with sirens. Mostly you realize you hit it when your face is already in the dirt. My name's Marcus Hall, 38, 3 jobs. Warehouse days, gas station nights, handyman weekends, juggling flaming chainsaws on a unicycle to keep a crooked house of cards from collapsing. That night, after 12 hours moving boxes because my supervisor decided Tuesday was perfect for reorganizing the entire shipping department, I did the grocery run Clara commanded by text. "We're out of literally everything. Figure it out." $347 later, I was a delivery mule climbing Everest with plastic handles. And then her line, the laughter. That was the click. Not a snap, those break things. A click. The sound when a puzzle piece finally finds the place it's been meant to fit. I smiled because the part of me that kept bending finally locked into place. At 2:47 a.m., I watched Clara sleep, mouth slightly open, the picture of peace after detonating me in front of her friends. I'd been staring at the ceiling for hours while the echo of their laughter played on a loop. Somewhere between hour 2 and 3, the plan arrived fully formed. Quietly, I moved through the apartment like I was defusing a bomb. Documents first, birth certificate, social security card, passport, hidden months ago beneath sockets and tape in my toolbox because God forbid I had an identity separate from guy who brings her stuff. Work laptop, a change of clothes. I stood in the doorway for one last look at our museum of petty grievances. Throw pillows that cost more than my weekly groceries. A kitchen where everything I cooked earned a critique. A bedroom that had become a cold storage locker for intimacy. No grief, just lightness. Room 247 at the Comfort Inn wasn't pretty, but it was mine. No commentary. No TV shouting. Just the rare music of silence. My phone buzzed. "Did you buy almond milk?" Not, "Are you okay?" Not, "Where are you?" Almond milk. Perfect. I turned off my phone, stared at a water stain shaped like Texas, and whispered the truth I'd avoided. This isn't living. It's surviving. I deserve better. Morning came. The gazelle routine. I returned at 8 a.m. and keyed in, locks unchanged. Clara stood in a frayed robe that cost more than my boots. "Look who decided to come home," she said. "You sleep in the car again? Because your feelings got hurt?" Old Marcus would have explained, justified, apologized. New Marcus went full method actor. "You're right," I said, head down. "I was too sensitive." "You were just joking." Her smirk blossomed. She'd prepped for a fight, loaded with ammo about me being dramatic. I handed her an empty ring. "Apology accepted," she decreed, waving me away like a monarch dismissing a servant. I made her coffee, 2 sugars, splash of the expensive oat milk, stirred counterclockwise because apparently clockwise was for peasants, and arranged my day around a 2 p.m. consult with a divorce attorney named Andrew Morrison. 3 jobs meant Clara never really knew my schedule. To her, my time was a blur she decorated with demands. By lunch, I was in Andrew's office, a man with the smile of a shark that finished law school hungry. I told him everything. He listened like a surgeon planning a delicate operation. "Document," he said. "Everything." So I did. I became Marcus Hall, mild-mannered worker by day, clandestine escape artist by night. I opened a bank account across town. I transferred tiny amounts with plausible notes. Gas, groceries, tools, slow leaks instead of one dramatic drain. At the gas station, between lotto complaints and air pump tutorials, I Googled marital property and emotional abuse. Weekends, I fixed strangers' cabinets and rebuilt the scaffolding of my self-respect. Then I uncovered the bomb, sorting paperwork for taxes. I found a Capital One statement for an account I'd never seen, Marcus and Clara Hall, Limit $8,000. Balance $78.47. Designer handbags, spas, Nordstrom runs. The itemization read like a spending binge in an apocalypse. $347 at Sephora. $892 at a boutique. $156 on a relaxation massage to recover from the stress of professional unemployment. My personal favorite, a $1.73 add-on at Bath & Body Works, as if the scent of eucalyptus could mask fraud. I called Andrew from behind the gas station. Add credit fraud, I said. Document, he replied, a mantra. When I told my sister Rachel, a saint with steel in her spine, she went quiet. Then, bring everything here. We'll keep it safe. She'd watched Clara turn family gatherings into roast Marcus nights for years, biting her tongue until it bled. Now she sharpened it. Clara escalated. The girls' nights multiplied. I became the delivery boy who dared to be tired. One Friday, after a 16-hour warehouse shift and 4 more at the station, I staggered into a wine-soaked salon. Perfect timing, Clara sang. We need food, pizza, and we're low on wine, the good kind. 5th Street delivers both. Clara, I said carefully, I just worked 20 hours. Oh my God, Brenda, the new friend with a personality plants would flee, snorted. Is he seriously complaining about food? They chortled. Clara, on a roll, gestured at me like a museum docent. At least be useful. If you're going to be tired, hit the gym so you're nice to look at. I set down the plates I'd fetched and wrote it all down later. Not rage, evidence. Then the angel chorus arrived, disguised as casual conversation. I'm going to Mom's this weekend, Clara said. You'll be fine by yourself. Try not to burn the place down. The moment her taillights vanished, I called Rachel. It's showtime. She rolled up with her boyfriend Daniel in a rented van. My best friend Leo arrived with beer and sleeves to roll. We became a 3-person strike team. Rachel brought checklists, zones, priorities, photos for the record. Daniel packed tools and equipment. Leo took electronics and books. I handled clothes, letters, the watch my grandfather left me, the photo of my parents at their 25th, things Clara called clutter, which is what people call memories when they don't have any they like. What about the shared stuff? Rachel asked. Leave it, I said. I'm starting clean. By sunset, my life was in boxes. The apartment felt bigger and hollower, like a stage after the final curtain. Any regrets? Rachel asked. I remembered laughter over paper plates and the asterisk after every breath I took. None. My new place was modest. 1 bedroom, decent light, a kitchen that would never again host a critique. We clinked beer. Peace slid into my bones like heat after a winter walk. Sunday was demolition, surgical, legal, final. I curated the kitchen counter like a gallery. Andrew's papers on top, precise, ruthless, entirely within the law. Next, a manila folder labeled financials. Every secret statement highlighted. Every purchase arrayed like a timeline of entitlement. Another folder, emotional abuse. Screenshots, logs, legal recordings. Our state allows single-party consent, transcribed and dated. The note took 3 drafts. Anger felt good but sloppy. Apology felt dishonest. I wrote the truth. Clara, you wanted someone better. Go find them. I've already found freedom. Marcus, at 6:47 p.m., like clockwork, Clara came home. I wasn't there to watch the hurricane, but Rachel texted. Daniel drove past at 7 and heard a banshee chorus through the windows. My phone lit up with the 5 stages of grief on shuffle. Why would you do this? How dare you? We can fix it. You're ruining my life. You'll pay. I silenced it. Freedom, I discovered, sounds like nothing at all. What followed was the court system's version of a cage match. Clara arrived in pearls and a wounded bird expression. Her lawyer, Steinberg, swaggered like a cologne ad from 1987. Their opening, I'd abandoned a delicate wife who'd sacrificed her career to support me. She wanted monthly spousal support, half the assets, and for me to eat the secret credit card debt. Andrew smiled, that polite baring of teeth. Let's clarify. He dealt documents like a Vegas pro. Income versus her 0 contribution. Time-stamped posts bragging about training me. Photos of wine-fueled afternoons paid for by my overtime. Texts where she turned me into the punchline of our marriage. the fraudulent accounts. Your client, he said, confuses spousal support with victim compensation. The judge's eyebrows did the slow climb. When Andrew walked through the credit card chronology, charges, signatures, store footage timestamps, the room tilted. Steinberg tried misunderstanding of marital finances. The judge tried basic law. Mrs. Hall, opening credit in your spouse's name without consent is fraud. Her face cracked in real time. The decision came clean and sharp. No spousal support, debt responsibility assigned to the person who incurred it, assets divided based on who acquired them. For the first time in 3 years, I watched consequences land in the right lap. I walked out of that courthouse lighter than when I'd entered our marriage. Life after was not instant fireworks. It was quiet repairs. I built a kitchen table from pine, simple joinery, sanded edges. Breakfast tasted like dignity. I put the photo of my parents on the dresser where it belonged. I saw my sister twice a week. Leo showed up with pizza and stories. Work turned from punishment to routine. A friend at Meridian Logistics got me an interview. Janet, my new manager, treated me like a competent adult. I quit the gas station, kept a few handyman projects for fun, and watched my shoulders drop an inch lower each week. Turns out you lose 30 pounds fast when you're not wearing a person on your back. The gossip network whispered that Clara moved in with her mother. The universe writes some jokes perfectly. Job hunting didn't love a resume built on wine flights and critiques. Jessica and Amanda drifted away, the cheer squad discovering the game wasn't harmless. People eventually recognized the difference between jokes and cruelty. One evening, 6 months out, I was stirring tomato sauce in my own kitchen when an email snuck past my block list. Subject, I made a mistake. Can we talk? Clara wrote that she wasn't always the best wife, that stress made her say things, that if we both tried harder, I deleted it. Then I tasted the sauce and added a pinch of salt. Perfect. Here's what I know now. The night I carried those bags up the stairs, I wasn't just hauling groceries. I was carrying the final weight of a life I didn't have to live. When she laughed, something inside me finally locked into the right groove. People think freedom is fireworks. Sometimes it's a bed you chose, sheets that feel like clouds, a table you built, a picture you're allowed to keep on the dresser, and a phone that stays silent because you finally chose yourself. Clara once told me to be useful. I learned the most useful thing I could do was refuse to be used. She wanted someone better. I hope she finds him. I already found freedom. Thank you for watching.